Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Joe Fix It Vids. I'm here with this 2016 Nissan Sentra SV, and we're having what I suspect is a weak or dying battery. Maybe it's low on the cold cranking amps. Maybe it's got a dead cell. But what made me notice this is at first was the weak start. Let's start this bad boy up. Step on the brake and push the button. That one didn't seem too bad. At other times, the start was pretty weak. And then when you go to lock it and the horn goes off, that was also weak. There was another incident where the car wouldn't start at all on a cold day. Wouldn't crank over, just heard a little click. I had to do it a few times, give it a couple minutes in between tries, and then it eventually caught on. But yeah, the suspect is a bad battery. So with all that being said, let's check it out. Let's get under the hood of this bad boy and see what we got. So here we are again. Pop the hood. Here's our battery. Pretty dirty. Could use a good cleaning, but might just end up getting replaced. I got my handy dandy multimeter here. Now I'm about to check the voltage on this battery. Set this to about 20 volts. Since this is a 12 volt battery, I should be getting about a little better than 12 volts on this thing if it's good. So, now I realize how hard this would be. Holding with one hand. Put your positive, red, on the positive posts, and your negative on the negative posts. Now when we do this, we'll try to stick it in here so we can break away. Okay, we're back. I stuck that in there so I can free up a hand. And I'm gonna put my other one on the positive. Now this multimeter should be reading somewhere around 12 point something volts. Boom. Looks like I got a dead cell or two, because I'm only reading 10.64. It should be 12 point something. That's the first telltale sign. Now I want to see if my alternator's okay. So I'm going to turn on the car, and this should jump up at least 2 volts. So let me turn on the car, and we'll test this again. Alright, you can see or hear the car is on now. We're going to do the same magic trick so I can free up a hand. And let's see what we got here. 14.46. We jumped up about 4 volts. So that's telling me that my alternator is doing its part. I could turn on the lights and just turn on other things in the car to see if that drops. If it drops continuously, then my alternator is not doing its part. But if it drops a little bit and kind of holds steady, then we're good. But the major problem is the 10 volts. So it looks like we got a dead cell. Just to confirm one last time. Everything's hooked up. And now you want to show 12. Huh? Let's see. Well, I'll be damned. Steady dropping. I'll give it a minute and check it again. But as I see, it's steady dropping. Alright, y'all, we're back. I let the battery chill for a couple minutes because it was amped up for a little bit. It was running, so the battery got a little charged. Now let's check it again after it's been sitting for a couple minutes. And back to the 10s we go. So we know for sure this battery's got to go. So next move, remove the battery. In order to remove the battery, you must take off this post, positive, the negative. Take the negative one off first, then the positive, and then you got these little hook brackets. This little thing right here, you take that nut off. There's another one right here. It's just a long bar that hooks into the bottom on both ends. It keeps the battery in place. nice and snug so the battery don't bounce around. So I'll take my handy dandy 10 milli and hit this, 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 and this. And I'll see you in a bit. Quick note when taking the battery off, I had to use, well, first and foremost, on the post, you don't have to take that nut all the way off. It is a 10 millimeter. You can just loosen it once it gets to a certain point. You can just wiggle that off. Same with the negative. Just loosen it, and you can wiggle it off. Another thing is I should have used a wrench probably due to space constraints. I didn't have much room to get in here with my long 10 millimeter, so I had to break out the short 10 millimeter. Even that was kind of weird because it could barely grab on, so maybe a 10 millimeter wrench just due to the space constraints there. And another note I wanted to make, depending on your battery style, see how this one's got that handle over it, and this little bracket got to go under the handle. So on some applications you don't have to take these nuts fully off, but on this one, since that bar is under the handle of the battery, went ahead and took it all off anyway. These little things got what they call J hooks. You kind of wiggle it around, push it. I don't know, you might be able to see down there where it hooks in. But it just hooks in. I'll give you a better look at it once I get it all out. But just wiggle it around till you get it out. And in this case, we'll just take the whole thing out. I mean, take it apart, then take it out because of this handle. And once you take it all apart, the battery should just pull up. Voila. Never mind that thing. So going back to the J hooks, that hole right there is where one of them hooks in. Right there. And the other one hooks into this little thing right there. And that's what comes up, holds your battery in place. We'll take this little plate here, dust it off. Alright y'all, we are back after an expensive trip to the store because my warranty was up. I got me a new battery. I upped it with another year of warranty, so it's a 3-year warranty on this battery. They give you this handy dandy packet of terminal corrosion lube and some washers. We'll install those after we install the battery. Here's our battery, and be sure to take these caps off. This one's already off, but make sure those come off before you install the battery. And I'm gonna get to installing by dropping that battery in right there. I'll put this little insulation cover back over it. I'll put everything back on, put our J hooks in, and our bracket. It's gonna have to go underneath again due to this handle. And I'll get back with you after I've installed it. Got my handy dandy 10 millimeter equipment here, and being that the fact remains that 10 millimeters disappear often, I could not find my 10 millimeter wrench, so let's see if this will help me put that on a little easier. Another thing to mention before you get to doing this, make sure you have your battery set up right. You want your positive up here where your positive cable's coming in, your negative on this side. So drop it in just like that. Voila, it is in. Okay, we got our battery installed with our bracket and this little insulation thing. Getting those J hooks on is always a fun task. Anyway, we're locked in, we're secured, the battery will not move. Bracket's in place, everything's tight. Now you want it snug, but you don't want to choke the battery or tighten down too hard on the battery. You just want that battery to be still and not move. So next I'm gonna remove this, obviously. I'm gonna score up these posts a little bit with some sandpaper. I'm gonna clean up the insides of the cables also. with some sandpaper, just to give it a good contact, and then I will put the washers and lube. It says to put the lube, which is up here, gooey stuff. Put that on the washers, then put the washers on, then put your posts on, tighten them down, then put the remaining lube on top of that to protect from corrosion and things of that nature. So that's the next mission. And we're back. All right, so what I did is I took my some sandpaper I had, not too gritty, I think it was like 150 or something like that. Anyway, I just scored up the post a little bit, and I also took it and cleaned in the inside, the terminal post, the terminal connector right here. Just kind of scored it up a little bit to get a good connection. Now I got these washers. This will be the positive, this is the negative, and this is the gel here, whatever you want to call it, the ooey gooey. Yeah, that stuff. So I'm about to put this all over those and then put them on, and then I'll put my posts on, tighten them up, then I'll add a little bit more of this on top of that. So that's the mission. And here it goes. Alright, y'all. Last and final inspection. We got all our posts on, lubed up with the washers and everything. Nice and tight. Now, the job should be complete. Only thing left is to turn it on and give it a go. So let's make that happen. Alright, looks like we have power. Stepping on the brake. Nice smooth start. And mission accomplished. Hopefully this battery lasts us 3 years or better. But you're in for a treat today, because I got another video after this one coming right up. We got a 2016 Dodge Dart SE that's having similar issues to this one, so might be another battery replacement coming soon. Stay tuned to Joe Fix It Vids as we embark on our next mission. Peace out. This one's done, worked out, cost us a little bread, but it is what it is. On to the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for more vids, upcoming repairs, and all that good stuff. Anyways, peace.